What's going on, everybody? Christopher Toro here, and welcome to Glorified Games, where we talk about game-related things and sometimes other stuff. So I decided to deviate from my game topics just to stick my neck out for this movie. There's a lot of people that are hating on it for, in my opinion, ridiculous reasons. One of the reasons being Superman's upper lip. And it did look kind of weird to me, but it didn't detract me from enjoying this film a lot. So here are my 10 reasons why Justice League is awesome. First off,
I need warriors. I'm building an alliance to defend ourselves.
You should get out.
Can you at least point me to Atlantis?
I know we saw Batman and Bruce Wayne in Batman v Superman, but this Bruce Wayne portrayed in Justice League is the most interesting and impressive Bruce Wayne I've seen on screen since The Dark Knight. In fact, I think this Bruce Wayne is a lot more convincing than Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne. I enjoyed watching Ben Affleck sometimes joke around and mess with his enemies or his friends' minds just to get what he wanted. I enjoyed how he used his resources and information to get the job or mission done. This Bruce Wayne was hard-hitting, and he wasn't like the Dark Knight Bruce Wayne where he played dumb and he pretty much didn't know anything about tech. He let Lucius do everything for him, like that scene with the cell phone where he was beginning to try to explain something about it and then Lucius interrupted him and corrected him about it. I just didn't really respect that Bruce Wayne that much, especially since Batman Begins, where he tried to go the dark route and shoot the criminal. I didn't really feel for Bruce Wayne. I liked the Batman that Christian Bale portrayed, but I did not like the Bruce Wayne that he portrayed. And it's hard for me to find people that actually did like that Bruce Wayne. Number 9, which isn't very far.
I don't believe it. What are you?
A believer.
Is Wonder Woman. She's absolutely amazing in this film, and I doubted her from the beginning. I doubted Gal Gadot. I doubted what she could do with this character, and I was proven so flippin' wrong. It's ridiculous. She is the most entertaining, the most heartfelt, and BA Wonder Woman I've seen on any screen. I would go and watch Wonder Woman 2, even though she doesn't want to do it again with that director, as soon as it hits the theaters. And of course, there's a lot of hype around Wonder Woman, and people are saying it's amazing, it's awesome, and yes, it is. But I think Justice League is at least just as good as Wonder Woman, simply for the fact that there are so many well-justified superheroes on screen, and they all equally have their own moments to shine. Number 8 for me is
Primitive beings.
What are we under right now?
Gotham Harbor.
Steppenwolf, because this dude is a savage. He takes no prisoners, and when he does, he uses them forever. He has this big plan, and he's pretty intimidating. Now, the thing that takes away from this character that a lot of people don't like is the fact that he is fully CGI. I admit he didn't need to be fully CGI, but this guy is probably taller than the Hulk. I think he's like 9 feet tall. This guy's a giant, so he is very intimidating, and I thought he was a great villain to this movie because he pretty much represented the end of the world. In fact, I think he was a better villain than Ultron. Sometimes there were cliches about his character, but all in all, he was an intimidating and powerful villain that had his own interesting past, and that's why I think he's better than Ultron. And I'm just comparing comic book characters. I don't care what company they came from. Ultron didn't have a past. Ultron was just created on the spot. Steppenwolf had a past that had to do with a lot of different universes, so in that way, I think Steppenwolf did a better job than a lot of other superhero team villains. Number 7 is easily Superman. This is the best Superman I've seen on screen since Superman 1 and 2. He was awesome. He was lighthearted, he was strong, and he showed why he's called Superman and why he's the strongest superhero ever made. That Superman we saw in Justice League is the Superman. Sure, at the beginning there were some things that happened, but it happened for a reason, and it happened strictly for entertainment's sake. He was definitely lighter. He was far better than the Superman we saw in Batman v Superman. Superman's portrayal in Batman v Superman is the reason why I did not like that movie much. But this Superman, it proves that DC knows what they're doing with the character. I love this Superman. And those jokes that he said, they were just on point, not only with the situation, but with his character. And yes, I know I sound really intense right now, but only for the fact that I believe this movie is awesome. It actually frustrates me that some think it's not, based on the weirdest controversies and the strangest excuses. Number 6.
Each of us, in some way, is held back.
Don't engage alone. We'll do this together.
It's really cool. You guys seem ready to do battle and stuff, but I've never done battle. I've just pushed some people and run away.
Relax, Alfred. I'll take it from here.
Do I know you?
Easily the team's camaraderie. Justice League amongst each other were joking around. They were throwing banter at each other like strong people do all the time. And that banter was just golden. Second after second, they were just on point with each other. They were well aware who the other person was and who they were. And it really showed. Number 5.
They carried people away to find out what they know.
So the 8 may still be alive.
9. The head of Star Labs was taken as well.
You made it. So then, there must be an...
Is Cyborg. He, at the time, did not know what he was, and he was a crucial part of the story, and I love that. Cyborg could have easily fell in the wayside, and he was a big part of the story. It was impressive that they found something important to do with Cyborg. Cyborg was awesome in Teen Titans, but he also threw a lot of comedy around. This Cyborg is a lot more tortured. It's the origin of him. It's when he becomes Cyborg. No doubt, Cyborg's origin in Teen Titans was dark. I don't know if you remember those episodes, but that was dark, and he became very serious during those episodes. He jokes around, sure, but when it comes to his origin, he's very serious. And he was joking around too in this, but he was realistic. He knew what was going down. He was taking the situation very seriously, and I love his character for that. I love the fact that he wasn't just the Cyborg from Teen Titans. He just didn't come in and joke around for no good reason. If he was, I would have actually disliked this movie. Number 4.
Parts of themselves.
All right. I don't recognize this world.
Is the action. In Justice League, there was action from start to finish. They didn't dabble around with conversation that much. They didn't waste any time in getting to Steppenwolf and fighting him. There was action from start to finish in this film, and the action was glorious. And number 3 is...
Whoever you're looking for, it's not me. He's a Batman.
The origin stories, they did not waste their time making a huge origin story, but they did blend in together very well. Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman being the new people, there was a great segue from their origin story to the team. It showed the differences in their worlds and also how it transitioned into the war that they're fighting. They're also described as soldiers, and that's basically what they are in that situation. They're soldiers. So their origins are very hard-boiled and very blunt. And that's exactly how it is when you need to fight a war. They don't really care where you came from. They just want to know if you're good and you're willing to fight on their side. And that side of the story was handled very well, in my opinion. Now, number 2 has to be...
How many of you are there? Not enough. Do you really think that...
Oh, wow, they really just vanish. Huh? Oh, that's rude.
The Flash. This Flash portrayed in Justice League is one of the most accurate, funniest Flash adaptations I've seen on any screen. Just like Wonder Woman, this Flash impressed me from start to finish. He proves how he's different, how he's unique. Even though he had that suit, it was like a runner suit. It just looked right. I thought it was going to look weird during the film. I couldn't wait until I saw that suit again. What an impressive Flash. And I loved Ezra Miller as the Flash. He was remarkable. I love him in all the movies that he was in, including that Wallflower movie. And he was also funny in every single movie he was in, but mostly funny in a way that shows how strange he is. And I thought he was perfect for this character, and he suits the Flash. He wasn't some kind of pretty boy that could sing very well. That Flash in CW is very good as well, but I thought this Flash was weird enough to be the most unique and funniest Flash. And I like the fact that he was so awkward sometimes, but he's also very blunt. And that's exactly how the Flash is. He doesn't deal with situations in a normal way because situations are mostly just boring to him and they're so slow, and he doesn't like to get into emotions as much because things are very slow to him and boring compared to how fast they come to us. So he perceives situations and conversations differently than we do. That's what they caught perfectly that the CW one completely missed. The fact that Flash doesn't dabble with emotions. He doesn't do anything like that because he's just not built that way. He focuses on 10 moments after this one. The Flash is a fast thinker and he's funny. The new season of The Flash got him very well. Even though he still lingers on some emotions, he's very funny and he's fast and he moves on. And I think the new writer is amazing and he's doing a great job with the CW11 Flash. Keep it up. And this Flash is just as good, if not better. Now, number one, instead of a character, instead of an element of this movie, number one has to go to that one scene where the Justice League fight that one person. That scene made me fanboy like I've never fanboyed for any DC thing ever in my life. The only thing that comes close is Arkham City. But besides that, I was fanboying out like crazy during that scene. When the Justice League fights that one person, and I'm sure you know who they are, that was the greatest scene, and it also proved something very important about one character from the other. That other adaptations of them was complete garbage, while this is the true way you're supposed to represent these characters. I love the fight. I love that moment. And when the Flash was going super speed and he got surprised, that moment made me jump from my seat. That was amazing. That was like the best superhero moment I've ever witnessed on screen besides the Marvel stuff. Now, since I'm done with the list, I just have to explain. I was one of the skeptics of this movie. I didn't really believe it was going to be good. I saw the trailers. I was impressed. I was still hoping it would be good. I did not know it was going to be this good. I did not approve of Ben Affleck's Batman, of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. I sometimes even say her name wrong still. I still don't like Lex Luthor. And I don't really like Zack Snyder that much. I just think the only real good movie he did was 300 because it's so fast-paced and it's his style. I thought Watchmen was boring. I thought he was bad to do the Justice League. But seeing this film, it proves that not only Joss Whedon helped a lot, but that Zack Snyder can handle himself. And I'm so sorry about what happened to Zack Snyder during this film. And it really sucks. But he made an awesome movie. And I believe we need to support it just to support his vision on this movie because it's definitely going in the right direction. Those after credit scenes were amazing. They were the best things I've seen on any screen. That I can't really talk about it for the people that don't want it spoiled, but that was amazing. And because of that alone, because of that promise that they're giving us for the next Justice League, we need to support this Justice League. You need to go out and see this. I don't care about any Zack Snyder cuts. That Ultimate Edition to Batman v Superman was not that great. Or you can tell they added some details here and there. It was 3 hours long. I'm never going to watch that again because that is way too long for a superhero movie. Now, I appreciate the Superman that was portrayed in this movie. I appreciate the Batman that was portrayed. When that Flashpoint comes out, I'm going to spend so much money on that movie. But it's real shameful that any kind of controversy got connected to this film to the point that it's doing worse than most WB superhero films. And it just makes no sense to me. Just love the movie and appreciate it. I get it. Complaining equals results, right? But in this case, I believe everyone's wrong. I believe this movie is the right direction for the DC universe. I appreciate what DC has for us because it is so different in a very, very good way. and certain attributes of a movie become mainstream, such as comedy. So they had to add that in there, and I think it was brilliant. I think some directions that Batman took were sometimes a little bit uncharacteristic, but all in all, if they were real people, I believe this is how they would act. That's all I want to say about that. Thank you guys for watching, and please support the film. It's actually good. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.